Ooh, yeah.
So I should be seeing a go live over here on the Rockfin in a second.
I see the live thing. Live for
There we
18
are.
seconds.
And live on Rockfin.
There
I think I'm going to go to Jimmy Jean's studio in Scottsville.
Cool.
Yeah,
All right.
my drive to the next town over and actually do the show in person with him tonight.
Oh, snap. Okay, Steve.
Yeah.
All right, I changed the image so it's still and not the GIF.
We now return to battling seizure robots. I think that was The Simpsons. I think it was.
If anyone's listening to our hot mic, I had this lovely GIF from Soul Eater where Maka is using the Kishin Hunter against the original Kishin, but it was a GIF and it was a bit and it was very bright and a bit epilepsy inducing. So I changed it so it's just a still image of that. Hot mic, hot mic.
I should probably tag people. Yeah. Sweet. I did something weird with my camera, or my camera shifted a little bit. Now if I sit up straight, it cuts my head off.
Huh.
Yeah. All right. I was just watching some of Misty's show right before I came in. She's got Afeni and Sabs on.
Oh yeah.
Somebody
Killjoy Meg.
killed. Yeah, I don't know her at all.
Yeah, I know she does the nerdolitics thing with Jackie, and Jackie was the one that I was on the panel with.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I'm stoked we're gonna have Sabby on this weekend.
Yeah. That'll be fun.
Super stoked for Tessa Fights Robots.
That'll be interesting. It will.
She has like a noise band kind of thing, or like avant-garde music project.
Huh.
So that's her other persona, which is Tessa Makes Love. And the music is the love, and Tessa Fights Robots is the writing. And it's
Oh. Aha, Ricardo the Lionhearted. And we know that you can hear us because we haven't muted. This is hot mic content here. Exclusive behind the scenes. Slow News Day.
All right. Well, I can probably, if I can figure out how to get rid of the timer before the timer's up, then we can just come in.
All right.
So I wonder.
There you go.
There we are. Hey, everyone. Welcome to Slow News Day Live. My name is Steve Poikinen. I'm coming to you from the Santa Cruz Mountains. I'm joined by my better than your co-host, Glory Jones. What's happening? What's happening?
It's happening.
Lots going on today, folks. It is National Nude Day. So I hope you're watching naked. If you're not, why don't you go ahead and just take the next like 20-30 seconds, get your kid off and comfortable, and then you can rejoin the program. We're gonna do something a little bit different today. We don't normally have shows like this, but there's a whole bunch of people who are brand new to Slow News Day. Welcome, everyone. I hope you're enjoying what you're seeing. We got a lot of great stuff coming up. And I mean, it's been brought to my attention that a lot of the stuff that we talk about here is, well, heavy. And not just emotionally heavy, but you really have to have like a pretty thorough understanding of a ton of different subjects in order to like, you know, be able to feel like you're participating in what's going on, or even to not just be like, holy fuck, what just happened in my brain just now, you know. So we're going to do this, I think, every week. We're going to pick a subject that we do kind of just sort of hit the ground running with. We're going to pull back a little bit, and we're going to take a more like not necessarily introductory, but sort of overview look at it. Today, as the title of the video suggests, we're going to get into the Internet of Things because it is 2021. Huh?
Oh, I just said, whoa.
It is 2021. The IoT is going to become more and more prevalent in news conversation, in all of our day-to-day lives, and the cost in terms of what we have to give up and what we have to make the planet give up, absolutely astronomical, to the point of unacceptable. So I you know, if you're one of those people that could explain exactly what the IoT is, forwards, backwards, upside down, and you've got, you know, the data tables in front of you for like hyperscaling resource extraction, you can skip this one. You can. Or
you can stay.
Or you can stick around. Yeah, that's always possible too. Before we get into it, I do have to run through some business real quick. We are entirely audience supported right now. We are flying, you know, mostly blind, I guess, or at least on whatever level of built up trust we have with you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the link for it, and which I need to redo because I put out a promo tweet. You guys, we're about a third of the way funded, which is just fucking incredible. And thank you so much for that. We really appreciate the support. If you can, please do donate to this. If you can't, totally understand. Absolutely get it. But sharing the link helps. It really does. It's been instrumental in getting us to the places that we're going to hold the events. When we have Action for Assange gigs, it helped get me to Colorado and get the documentary shot. I'm going to spend most of the month of August editing it because I'm learning this thing. And then hopefully in September, I'll be able to put that out. I plan on September being able to put it out. I would like to put it out before 9/11. That would be awesome.
And then 9/11 and the damn wars in Washington, D.C. If you can come through for that, or well, not come through because I won't be there, but if you can go to that, then go to that. That sounds dope. And while we're talking about actions, July 20th, day of action for Commander X, because it'll be his first court appearance. It's via video conference, but it'll be his first video conference scheduled to take place 9 a.m. Pacific time, July 20th, this coming Tuesday at the San Jose District Court. So, one of the actions will be in San Jose, and there's also another one happening in Mexico City, I'm pretty sure. No, there's one happening in Mexico, but I just know that is Mexico City. And if you're doing actions for that, then hit up at @FreeCommanderX_, and that'll get boosted. And you can also follow that account for updates.
I'm gonna pull up the flyer here real quick too, and big shout out to Steve Cutler for this and all of the artwork and this is a modified version of it because that's the one that I had saved. July 20th, 12 o'clock noon. We're going to meet at the Peckham Federal Building at 280 South 1st Street in downtown San Jose. Really do hope you guys, if you're anywhere around, anywhere near, you can make it. Jones, turns out, gonna be able to show up, has a relative that lives close by, and is gonna be able to use a family trip as an excuse to come raise hell for Commander X. So really the best of both worlds. I think a little fam time, little protest time can't beat it. We've got
every time is protest time.
We got people coming in from Vegas for this. It's going to be good stuff. It really is. So really, I know we have people that are in Silicon Valley, that are in the Bay Area, that do watch the show. If you're watching right now and you can get down, please do. If not, guys, make sure that starting around 9 o'clock in the morning, you log on to the link that's in, oh God, I'll go pull up the article, but don't I? I have that here. I don't have to. I can just go grab a copy of it. So there's gonna be a video link to X's hearing, and we are really, really encouraging you guys to sign on from individual computers. You can, I honestly don't know how altered IP addresses are going to work. I guess use a domestic one if you're going to do it through a VPN. And show these fucks how many people are paying attention to what they're doing to Commander X and what they're doing with asylum rights and what they're doing to any activist or hacktivist or leaktivist or public disclosure outlet. If you're unable to help us provide a physical presence outside of the location, please help us provide an online presence and let these people know that there are lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of eyes on them. And I've got those links in both chat.
Said everything that you wanted to go through before jumping into this heartwarming subject.
So, while I was looking into this, I found I found a video that's put out through a channel called Science Time, which sounds fun and sciencey, right? So it's about 10 minutes long. I figured we could, over the course of the show, run through it. Probably, gonna cover all of it in the next 45 minutes or so. Definitely not all at once. We don't want to get fucked around for, but playing something out of pocket or what. YouTube's gonna fuck us over no matter what. What are they gonna do? Demonetize the channel? Ha! So I'm not like, and Burmis is right. We do need the cat video people. We do. I would like to keep the YouTube channel for, as long as they'll let us keep uploading content there or live streaming there without us doing anything different. We're not going to change the way that we do the show. We're not going to change what we say on the show. But I'm gonna try not to go out of the way to get it yanked. I don't know. At any rate, I'm gonna pull up the video. We'll go through a little bit of it. There, we've got a number of supporting articles and images and whatnot to go over as well. Just trying to channel my inner pasta there.
I know you said whatnot, and I was like, huh? I
was trying to go with whatnot, but it didn't exactly fall out.
Like a white man.
Right. I was seriously trying to channel pasta there. Anyway,
it's always appreciated.
So, oh, I could unmute.
The world's most valuable resource is no longer oil, but data. The quote from The Economist in 2017 holds true even more so today. Data in the 21st century is like oil in the 18th century. As we've seen in our previous videos, Internet of Things is one of the pillars of the fourth industrial revolution, with the increase in the adoption of different
I'm going to stop it right here, though, real quick, even though we're only 30 seconds in. Because in that 30 seconds, they say a lot.
I already don't like it.
That coming out and saying fourth industrial revolution right off the bat in the first 30 seconds, atypical for anyone talking about the Internet of Things.
Well, and that data is now the most important resource.
Data is the same as oil in the 18th century, is what they're saying. And they're not wrong. That's just gross and where we are.
Technologies such as machine learning, augmented reality, cyber physical systems, and Internet of Things The world of digital transformation is about to take another leap in the next few years. According to the famous futurist Ray Kurzweil, we are living in one of the most
Ray Kurzweil is the guy who keeps trying to make sure that we get to the singularity, by the way.
exhilarating times in human history. The evidence of dramatic change is all around us, and it's happening at exponential speed. Humans are linear by nature. We tend to link events up logically in a linear flow through space and time, so it is difficult and against our intuition for our minds to comprehend the technological changes that are happening now. So here's another way to think about it. Take 30 steps linearly and you get to 30. 1, 2, 3, 4. Step 30, you're at 30. With exponential growth, it's 1, 2, 4, 8. Step 30, you're at a billion. So taking 30 linear steps is not going to get you very far, but taking...
So, by step 30, you're at a billion. That's they don't even explain. Never mind.
30 exponential steps will be the equivalent of traveling around the world 26 times.
It's not even how you do the equation of a line right, for fuck's sake.
I know.
Fundamental measures of information technology follow a surprisingly predictable and exponential trajectories based on the Moore's law. In 1965, engineer Gordon Moore predicted that the number of transistors on a chip would double every 2 years. More than half a century later, this trend continues despite predictions that it cannot last much longer. Computers have been shrinking from filling up a room to filling up your pocket, all while becoming way more powerful and cheaper. The technological advancements around the world is directly proportional to the growth of global automation, which is driven...
So this is while we are having a worldwide shortage on semiconductors and silicon chips. So obviously the video was made a couple of years ago, but I just to highlight like how much this technology hinges on really two semiconductor plants in the entire world. Both of them, I believe, in Taiwan.
Yeah.
It's just wild.
Driven by the Internet of Things and cyber-physical systems. These systems will provide the foundation of our critical infrastructure, form the basis of emerging and future smart services, and improve the quality of our life in many areas. While Internet of Things takes care of the connections between objects and machines to the Internet, cyber-physical systems are machines in which a mechanism is controlled or monitored by computer-based algorithms. Other phrases that you might hear when discussing Internet of Things and cyber-physical systems are smart anything. Manufacturing, agriculture, cities, buildings, homes, pills, you name it. Connected machines will interact,
Smart hills?
visualize,
What
and
the
make
fuck?
decisions. Or
Smart pills, Glory Jones.
Oh, I thought they said smart hills. I was like, really? Really?
Well, I'm eventually, yeah. You know,
I mean, they already have smart forests, so
so gross. That's taken The Hills Have Eyes to a completely dystopian level.
oh god.
autonomously. One of the data sources that feed the algorithms comes from the smart sensor systems in real applications. For example, in the healthcare sector, the data collected by smart sensors can help medical professionals understand critical situations faster and more accurately, and enable patients to be more informed about their conditions and improvements.
Not that that'll
the data,
happen.
along with the devices themselves, are
We'll
creating
go to the
Internet
fucking
of medical
military.
things, a sophisticated health tech ecosystem.
Well, it's not that patients, get praise for being informed. Patients get shamed and thrown out of the hospital for being informed.
Paved the way for new technologies such as medical kiosks. When you think of medical devices, you often think of devices such as blood pressure monitors, glucose systems, or smartwatches. However, the US Food and Drug Administration have approved smart pills with an ingestion tracking system. The global smart pills technology market is expected to register a substantial growth in the future, owing to...
I have thoughts on that. How about you, Jones?
I've had several thoughts since this video started.
Well, let's pause for a moment and hear some. Maybe we can go grab a slide or two as well. Jones?
Oh, did you? I thought you wanted. I was thinking that you were gonna go first.
Oh, no,
But
I'm trying to find a couple of things.
I don't even know where to start, honestly. it's it's like, well, first of all, we already touched on the thing with the complete kind of not even financialization or commodification, but like inserting surveillance technology into nature, which is disgusting in and of itself. And you also have what oh my god, what am my mind totally blank? Like the medical system thing. We really think that that's actually what's going to happen there? Like you really think that that's going to be used to inform patients? And
Well, I
also,
mean, the medical, the smart sensors absolutely will be used medically, 100%. It just won't be exclusively medically. You'll have smart sensor technology in just about every whatever brick and mortar storefront still exists. You'll have it in every airport, every point, point of like point of transportation or anything like that. People will start putting them in their vehicles, especially if there's still anything like Uber. The surveillance capacities at the onset are just brutally invasive. It's gross. I was trying to find something else on smart pills, but they've been doing this. The FDA got they approved a pill with a sensor that digitally tracks whether or not the patient has digested their medication 4 years ago. So the advances in technology in the last 4 years and the advances in medical, digital telehealth in general and nanotechnology and medicine, they have all advanced substantially. If they were approving smart pills 4 years ago, I would imagine that they haven't stopped. And I don't know. The
I
try
mean,
not to.
we covered the whole development of self-spreading vaccines.
Yeah, we did. We did self-spreading vaccines. That was delightful. Oh, real quick, while there's people here and hanging out, we are looking for an intro video for the show, something we can just queue up and play. A minute and a half long. I
Not
actually
quite AB length, sorry.
not quite ABB length, no. Not even quite macroaggressions. I think that's a full 2 minutes or so. It's a fantastic intro, it really is.
Yeah,
But
so is the ABB one.
yeah, facts. But we're you know we're not video editors. We know that a number of you are incredibly talented in a lot of areas, so we're kind of hoping that one of you or several of you have that skill, because to incentivize, we're going to have our first actual contest for this intro. Whoever makes the best one gets a free year on the Rockfin as a premium subscriber. So you'll get everybody's paywalled content. Please DM a submission to me on Twitter at SlowNewsDayShow, or email it to sndshow@protonmail.com, and I will stick that in the chat on the YouTube and Rockfin. And later on, we'll make sure to do that, to do an announcement on Odyssey and the other platforms. So there's that. And there is. Come on, you little fucker. Okay. And I'll go. I kind of. Just to give you guys an idea. I think it's this one. Oh, no, that's the mining wheel, not the other slide. Where'd that go? Yeah, we'll get there, Jones. We'll get there.
Stupid ass fucking wheel.
Dude. Oh, I mean, it's all pretty gross. But this in particular, that mining wheel in particular, is extra gross. But this, just to give you an idea of what the World Economic Forum, even a couple of years ago, saw what they wanted from the Internet of Things. So this is quite literally just examples of what they want with sensors that are connected either via Wi-Fi or Bluetooth. I think it's all Wi-Fi though. It's all Wi-Fi. They want it all to run on
Blenders.
Huh?
Blenders. There's
blenders. Smart blender, smart lamp, smart drill, smart car, of course, but also smart vacuum cleaner, because why not? Fucking smart wall clock. Sure, smart wall clock. Why wouldn't you have a smart wall clock?
Oh jeez.
Let's see. Smart webcam, smart fan.
Oh, they have a little G clef symbol there, treble clef, smart music. That'll be great. That sounds enlightening, I'm sure.
Yep. Smart scale. Because you need something that tells you how much something weighs to have a bunch of sensors connected to the internet. Because you do, I guess. You just do.
What the hell do you need a smart blender for, fam?
What do you need a smart TV for? Other than to have the CIA spy on you. Which, we know because of Vault 7. It was Vault 7's 4-year anniversary last weekend.
Yay, Vault 7.
Yeah. Vault 7 had a birthday. Yeah. So let's go back to the video here. That's not the right one. That's the right one.
The increased prevalence of gastrointestinal disease, sedentary lifestyle, and high patient compliance on account of minimally invasive techniques. The medicine of the future is expected to be data-driven and, thus, highly personalized. The AI-based computerized diagnostics basically change our comprehension of well-being. But that is not all. According to Kurzweil, we can see...
What in the fuck is that?
...billionth of the meter. He predicts that by the end of the decade, we will have cell-sized nanobots in brains to connect us to the internet. There are already companies that are working on implant devices, which connect the
No. I know they just said Neuralink, and I know we've brought up the Neuralink before, but again, let me just reiterate, no.
So what are you trying to say? You don't want to plug a chip into your brain and connect your thoughts to the cloud, Jones?
No.
I mean, you'll live forever. No. Your legacy will be eternal.
No. You know what? There are great humans in the past that have died and lived on with memory, and I am perfectly fine with that. I am perfectly fine with not fucking with nature, okay? Sucker. Not trying to do some damn Dr. Frankenstein type shit up in here, okay? Perfectly fine. Perfectly fine.
Which is founded by Elon Musk, is developing implantable brain-machine interfaces.
Yo.
These brain-machine interfaces hold promise for the restoration of sensory and motor function and the treatment of neurological disorders.
And also the complete control of the
Researchers
human
have
organism.
demonstrated human neuroprosthetic control of computer cursors, robotic limbs, and speech synthesizers using no more than 256 electrodes. Musk thinks his direct brain-to-machine interface would help humans avoid becoming house cats to artificial intelligence. Humans, like computers, could be updated with additional intelligence in the future.
Yeah,
This is not the only frontier that Elon is involved in.
Okay, so if we don't want to be enslaved by AI, we've got to become AI.
Exactly. We have to fuse with them. Why? Why?
Y'all, if you're watching right now, well, okay, Brad Cale says, I think there will be significant pushback against anything having to do with the brain. You would think so. You
really hope
would.
so.
But like there is already a massive transhumanist community, and there are massive proponents of transhumanism that work in key levels of government, all run these corporations that are public-private partnerships with government, and even in like the DARPA paperwork or the DARPA white papers about their own fucking super soldier program, when they talk about the super soldier program, they're like, but the really big market is the civilian and commercial one for bio enhancements. Now, if you're telling the next generation of children they can be basically X-Men, hell, you could sell that to Gen X.
You could
right now.
That's the thing. It's like people don't know where this could lead. Like a lot of people see something like that and they think like, oh man, that's basically Iron Man.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, and when it's a good thing, it sounds like Iron Man, but the fact of the matter is we're putting it in the hands of sociopaths, and we know based off patterns from history that it's not going to turn out that way.
Okay, we're about halfway done with this thing.
Besides Neuralink, Musk co-founded and leads Tesla, SpaceX, and the Boring Company. Tesla specializes in electric vehicle manufacturing, and they are already redefining the auto industry. In the next 10 years, the auto industry will undergo a profound transformation. The cars it builds, the companies that build them, and the consumers who buy them will look significantly different. Once found only in science fiction, fully autonomous cars are being tested on roads today, and the first commercially available autonomous cars could be on the road in the next...
Get the
fuck
out of here!
No. I'm not driving a car that can get hacked. Okay.
No. Okay. The idea of an autonomous vehicle. Period. No. Read Vault 7. Like no. There's already.
I'm not trying to get Ferguson and get into a mysterious car accident with my autonomous vehicle. Nope. Because damn well that if an activist or a journalist gets into one of those fucking cars.
No, you guys, you can still, for the most part, work on and repair your vehicles, especially if they're a little bit older. The reason my truck is almost 30 years old is because it has a small computer brain. And almost everything else I can fix myself, or I can go like call up a buddy with an engine puller and he can yank the engine out, and then he can like take whatever out of it, go to his place and resurface, or like it can all still be done by a human. And when it comes to your autonomous vehicle or even your fucking Tesla, you don't get to work on that. When you don't have the ability to work on the equipment that you own, you are ceding a significant portion of the ownership of that vehicle or piece of equipment, no matter what it is, back to the manufacturer. No, that's no good. It's no good. But autonomous cars, are you fucking joking? Hell no. Hell no. Ew, but with a social credit score and pre-crime and fucking
Vault 7.
all of the sensors in the Internet of Things. Let's go back to this little happy fun time. Sing along. Fucking we're right back there.
1 to 2 years. Connected cars, communicating with each other and with the larger world, will not only reduce accidents and ease traffic, they will have powerful effects beyond the auto industry. Insurers, for example, will have new ways to monitor driver behavior, reward good drivers, and distribute costs to the bad ones. And
Hang on. Hang on. Just a moment there. Now, if you own an autonomous vehicle that does the driving, but you still need insurance,
why would you need to monitor speed or driver behavior? Ask yourself that.
what's going to be monitored? Why is it being monitored? And we already know that your insurance company sells your private information. So what is your insurance company going to do with your behavior while you're inside your vehicle? Who's going to get that information? How are they going to capitalize off of that information? And what is it going to cost you because they now have that information?
I wonder, Mr. CEO of Scoop Gang.
I'm sorry. And they just cruise through that one too. They do,
Like,
just
like they
casually.
don't think that people will see that conflicting logic there.
ride-sharing companies can better connect idle cars with the customers that need them. Another company that wants to revolutionize the autonomous driving is AutoX, a self-driving car tech startup backed by Alibaba. According to Zhao, CEO and founder of AutoX, the pandemic has made our society realize that we need self-driving cars for situations like this. Robotaxi, with its self-disinfecting capabilities and driverless logistics, could save lots of lives. On other industry that will be most heavily affected by the rapid technology changes, such as Internet of Things and cyber,
The mining industry
is the manufacturing industry.
Okay.
Smart machines can work with humans for co-assembly tasks, but they can also operate autonomously and communicate directly with manufacturing systems. Leveraging the capabilities of the Internet of Things, these machines are able to access highly computing resources and carry on work beyond what they are initially programmed to do. By evaluating sensory input and distinguishing between different product configurations, these machines can solve problems and make decisions independently. This will have a strong impact on the factories of the future.
Well,
For example, advanced manufacturing processes and rapid prototyping will make it possible for each customer to order one-of-a-kind product without significant cost increase. Collaborative virtual factory platforms will drastically reduce cost and time associated to new product design and engineering of the production process. by exploiting complete simulation and virtual testing throughout the
what
product
did he
lifecycle.
say?
Advanced human
Did he say virtual factories? It's about here. Hang on. Let me hear that again.
of the future. For example, advanced manufacturing processes and rapid prototyping will make possible for each customer to order one-of-a-kind product without significant cost increase. Collaborative virtual factory platforms will drastically reduce...
Okay. Virtual factory platforms. Okay.
cost and time associated to new product design and engineering of the production process by exploiting complete simulation and virtual testing throughout the product lifecycle. Advanced human-machine interaction and augmented reality devices will help increasing safety.
I did look at fucking Homebot in the corner there.
Yeah.
Production plants and reducing physical demand to workers.
They should have had
Machine
it
learning
tumble
will
on
be
them
fundamental to
and have them
optimize
get
the
up and be like, "It's okay, I can't even sue."
Oh my god.
production processes, both for reducing lead times and reducing the energy consumption. Cyber-physical systems and machine-to-machine
you want to talk about
communication
fucking
will allow
energy
to gather and
consumption?
share real-time data from the shop floor in order to reduce idle times by conducting extremely effective predictive maintenance. Agriculture industry is also experiencing a fourth revolution triggered by the exponentially increasing use of information technology.
Boo.
This industry has seen many revolutions, whether the domestication of animals and plants a few thousand years ago, the systematic use of crop rotations and other improvements in farming practice a few hundred years ago, or the Green Revolution with systematic breeding and the widespread use of man-made fertilizers and...
Okay.
Oh,
so,
we want to talk about fucking man-made fertilizers that increase the number of red tides and algal blooms we see every year now, and fish kills that we see every year now in Florida, in part because of those man-made fertilizers and pesticides. Yeah, thanks.
Do you see what they called it, though? The Green Revolution in agriculture, and they say selective breeding.
Yeah, green, like the toxic blue-green algae that covers most of the damn surface of the water in Florida when the algal blooms come around every year.
They would have you believe that genetically modified seeds are green and that pesticides are equally part of this green revolution. DDT, glyphosate.
Yeah.
Green? No. Maybe Agent Orange. Not green. Not green. Good fucking God, dude. These people. I mean, I don't know. This channel is like This Is Science or Science Life or some shit like that. What is it again? Science Time.
All right, science time. Correct your fucking facts on this energy consumption shit, please.
As the world's population booms towards 9 billion by 2050, the demand for agricultural products, food, fiber, and fodder will rise dramatically. There are several smart solutions that can be implemented and scaled up
What in the fuck?
yields and meet growing food production demands. IoT sensors for light, humidity, temperature, soil moisture, crop health, etc. enable farmers to monitor the field conditions from anywhere. They can also utilize intelligent drones to track the routine activities of crop health and analyze vast amounts of data in seconds.
So instead of addressing the legitimate aspects of, climate collapse, they're like, nah, dude, just put some sensors on it and you'll know when to add some more like trucked in water or chemical fucking pesticide or fertilizer or artificial light. Neat. That's forward thinking, lads.
Yeah.
Slap a sensor on it, make it look techie.
With the ever-growing amount of data in every industry, the need to safeguard and manage the sensitive data has increased dramatically. Many countries are already implementing strict regulations, a trend that is likely to continue into the foreseeable future. Today, there are privacy concerns with respect to who receives the data and what is done with it. However, in the coming years, we could see an increase of decentralized technology adoption of protocols such as the IOTA Tangle Protocol, which enhances data security, integrity, and privacy for machine-to-machine communication. This, however, deserves a video of its own. Thanks for watching. Did you like this video? Then show your support.
Boo.
Decentralized my fucking ass. Wow.
Boo.
Wow. And like they I don't even remember in that video how much time they dedicated to saying like, you know, where would legitimately be positive. Like they mentioned where, oh, this might help with the pandemic, where they can have automatic disinfectants. Like they don't mention, you know, where it could be beneficial to people with disabilities, or at least I don't recall. I don't know if that's the case, but I don't recall them making a point of that, because that's really the only like tangible argument I can see with any of this. But even then, it's like, what would, you know, putting your mind on a centralized internet controlled by fucking sociopaths do to help with disabilities? Like, yeah.
I'm sorry, man. I just that like all of that, and I'm trying to figure out in real time like what that channel, you know, where it's from and who's funding it, because the way they glossed over that, oh, by the way, your insurance company is totally going to be monitoring you, and I mean, this looks like it's got a Patreon, and our videos touch almost every aspect in the field of science, space exploration, advancements in AI, virtual reality, augmented reality, extended reality, biology, the use of CRISPR, prime and gene editing. Jesus Christ, man. And it says location Switzerland.
Switzerland. Huh.
Is CERN running Switzerland? You know who else is got a lot of childhood connections to Switzerland, and a forum that meets in Switzerland? Klaus. Yeah. Klaus is out of Switzerland now. Although not when he was a little baby.
Oh my god.
He was in Germany.
In Ravensburg.
In Ravensburg. Because Papa was a Nazi.
Hey, he said the line.
Yeah. It's been a while. It has. I haven't busted out with a Papa Fassa Nazi in a minute. I feel okay about it. I do. I'm gonna take a minute and read some of the super rays, and if you guys have any questions about the Internet of Things or anything like that, go ahead and throw them in the chats, and we'll start getting to a couple of these articles and go into well, Jones, maybe because you've only got like what, 10 or 15 minutes?
Yeah.
Why don't you jump right into resources that power the Internet of Things and what has to happen in order to get them? and let people kind of, realize what's going on. Alice, thank you very much. Anna Mares, Robert Yora, Anna Mares says, love you guys, and we'll share my bonus with you for sure when it gets here. Jesus Christ, thank you. Just keep spitting truth and getting people to realize they have to participate in direct action. And that is so true. And again, by the way, Silicon Valley, Bay Area people, Tuesday, July 20th, noon, downtown San Jose, Peckham Federal Building, 280 South 1st Street. We're there for Commander X, so we would love to see you. Take it away, Joe.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess the first thing I'll touch on is electric vehicles, because that's what was brought up in that little portion on Elon Musk and his little idealistic Tesla project. Good for him. Yeah, no. So where a lot of where a lot of the batteries to produce these electric vehicles come from, they rely on, something that we know well, which is a lot of lithium. And that made the news, particularly with the coup in Bolivia. So this is kind of some of the environmental impacts of that battery production for these new electric vehicles. Possibly the most important environmental impact of electric vehicles is the way lithium for their batteries are sourced. These batteries tend to consist of lithium, cobalt for the cathode, and graphite for the anode. If I'm saying those words right, I don't know. But a typical EV lithium-ion battery's electrolyte is also made of lithium salt. More than half of this lithium comes from Argentina, Bolivia, and Chile. To extract it, miners drill holes in the salt flats and pump the salty mineral-rich brine to the surface, leaving it to evaporate in huge artificial lakes or ponds. This process uses a lot of water. It's sort of somewhat fracking. Over 500,000 gallons for each ton of lithium produced. Such enormous consumption of water impacts not only the surrounding ecosystems, but also has a huge impact on local farmers for obvious reasons. Not only that, but these large evaporation pools are often far from sealed. This can and has led to the leaching of toxic substances into the surrounding water supply, as happened in Tibet a few years ago. The accidental release of substances like hydrochloric acid kills large amounts of aquatic animals such as fish, for obvious reasons you can think of. But EV batteries are not just all about lithium. There are some other key components that are just as potentially harmful to the environment as lithium, if not more. This is where cobalt and nickel come in. The former is found in large deposits across the Democratic Republic of Congo and Central Africa. And this is one of the main problems, is geographical location. It is relatively easy to extract cobalt, which has produced a large incentive to dig it out and sell it. However, this is often conducted unsafely and with little concern for the environment in enterprises termed artisanal mines. These informal mines often involve the use of child labor who extract the raw materials by hand with little to no protective equipment. And there are many testimonies of that very thing happening within the Congo, and they reap no benefits whatsoever for their labor. It's a disgusting mess.
Yeah, that sounds like slavery. Yeah.
No, it quite literally is. Cobalt mining produces a lot of airborne particulate matter, which often contain toxic contaminants like uranium. Inhalation of these substances has been linked to serious health problems, including respiratory disease and birth defects. So along with contamination of the environment, it also harms future generations. Cobalt mining sites also often contain sulfur-containing materials that can generate sulfuric acid when exposed to air and water. When this acid drains from mines, it can devastate rivers, streams, and other aquatic and terrestrial environments for a very long time. Where the batteries for EVs are made is also an important factor when considering their environmental impact. According to Forbes, even Forbes recognized this, batteries produced in China produce somewhere in the region of 60% more carbon dioxide than internal combustion engines. And, in a time where everybody's trying to reduce carbon emissions, the batteries produce more carbon dioxide than any of this. Then this is where they do, I'll skip through this paragraph. They also tend to be pretty heavy. Lighter materials like carbon fiber-based polymers tend to be more energy intensive. And then another issue is the way with electricity used to charge its batteries is generated. While leaps and bounds have been made in adding renewable technologies to many countries' energy mix, many are still heavily reliant on carbon-based power stations. So they're still relying on carbon. And the other thing I wanted to bring up when it comes to cobalt and nickel specifically is Central Africa won't be the only source. We've talked about it on the show plenty of times, and I'll bring up the dreaded strategic intelligence wheel to show this. Mining and metals. How the hell are you going to get these resources for the Internet of Things and the Fourth Industrial Revolution? I wonder. Okay, mining and metals. A transition to a low-carbon economy will result in winners and losers within the industry. Climate-associated risks will make mining assets more vulnerable. Water stress and active mining reasons, natural disasters, and the need to avoid emissions-intensive projects will increasingly require operators to reconcile their asset, I hate that word so much, asset, evaluation with climate change. Mining activity in already arid locations, including large parts in North America, Chile, Africa, Australia, is undermined by related water issues. The production of commodities, because they're commodities now, such as copper, gold, iron, aluminum, and lithium are concentrated in these areas and could see increased shutdowns and productions. And then they go more into the potential effects of this. And then I really want to get to the second paragraph. Companies that are able to move forward by addressing environmental problems and supporting the transition will have a competitive advantage. Larger companies have already begun to set emissions targets and focus on environmental, social, and governance transparency, and are working to maintain sustainable supply chains. That's another word I hate, supply chains. Diversifying into materials with growing markets, such as, again, what was brought up, cobalt, lithium, nickel, and then silver and graphite, can also bring benefits, which are what are needed to produce, 4G, 5G, 6G infrastructure, Internet of Things infrastructure, and electric vehicle batteries. Okay, parts of Africa, Southern Asia, and South America are especially well positioned to develop related resources, either through nationalized mining operations or partnerships with the multinational mining corporations. If it's nationalized, then it's going to be because they're right in tow with the multinational mining corporations. Greater digitalization and new technologies, that's where the Internet of Things comes in, have created opportunities to explore new resources and large areas of polymetallic nodules and formerly active hydrothermal vents could become new sources for nickel, copper, cobalt, manganese, and rare earths that are increasingly in demand. So this is where we get to one of my really, really, really one of the really dreaded parts of this, which doesn't get talked about a lot, because when people advocate for the Internet of Things, there's literally no good way to talk about deep sea mining. There's no good way to say something like, oh yeah, we're going to suck polymetallic nodules out of the bottom of the ocean. Because there's already been an ongoing fight against bottom trawling nets, which have an effect which basically tears up the substrate and ruins that habitat for animals. The effects of deep sea mining would be like that, but even worse. And then this is where I wrote about it specifically because I wanted to do a comprehensive review on this. And then, that's where the wheel comes in. And then this is the resources in particular that they'll be looking at. They'll be looking at polymetallic nodules, polymetallic sulfides around that hydrothermal vent you see there, and the cobalt-rich ferromanganese crusts. And these are kind of scattered around the Pacific Ocean. So And it's very much becoming a reality too, because where we are now is the International Seabed Authority has given out 31 contracts for what they call exploration, which basically means, yeah, you can exploit this area in, this part of the ocean. And then in recent news, the island nation of Nauru, which is in the Pacific. I'm so sorry. I have no idea if I'm saying that right. It invoked a 2-year rule, which is based in the UN Convention on the Law of the Sea, which basically forces the ISA to fast track its establishment of deep sea mining regulations. So that way, deep sea mining can happen within 2 years. And then basically, this is where I kind of go over the effects of deep sea mining. I'll try to run through them really quickly because, and honestly, within this alone, I don't even cover all of the effects because the imagined effects are awful. There's the effects on the immediate environment, in which uprooting the nodules will take away a habitat for animals who live there, and also because those metals take millions of years to accumulate and form into those kind of potato-sized nodules, you'll effectively be removing them forever. So you'll be permanently destroying a habitat which actual animals live in, which actual marine life lives in. And then on top of that, you'll also impair the animals or in that environment, because these creatures live at the bottom of the ocean. They are not used to noise and light pollution. And there was actually studies which confirmed that just light alone, it impaired some of the shrimp, some of the little shrimp that were living down at the bottom of the ocean, because they're not used to seeing light. So it impaired their eyesight permanently. That's what a study showed. And then on top of that, you also have the sediment plume generated from deep sea mining, which could rise up the water column. And we know it can rise up the water column because we see here in the picture from the Patania 2 mining robot, which we covered a while ago, one of the few people to do that. And this can rise up and kind of create like a clogging effect on filter feeders. And because filter feeders are at the bottom of the food chain and the bottom of the trophic levels, if there's less filter feeders, then the higher levels in the food chain will be affected. So like, and also you could also potentially affect, the eyesight or the respiratory systems of animals who dive down frequently, like sperm whales, if they're having to dive through sediment plumes. There's like so many ways that this could impact the ocean. And quite frankly, that's why the ISA has been dragging its feet despite commercial pressure, because of these horrible effects. But they're going to go away anyway, particularly because you have this cunt, Mark Benioff of Salesforce, who calls himself an activist CEO, promoting a dialogue on this through his Benioff Ocean Initiative. And then you also have the fact that the World Economic Forum is constantly sponsoring a dialogue on this, and Global Sea Mineral Resources, which was the company in charge of holding the trials for that robot. It's a subsidiary of the Belgian company Deme, which is a part of what else but the World Economic Forum's Global Battery Alliance, in which, the resources for said batteries will most likely come from the ocean. So, and then that's, just an innocent brittle starfish trying to swim among manganese nodules, and it's going to have its habitat uprooted. And the widespread effects of this are going to be awful, because it's going to be happening commercially in different zones more than once. So there's no saying what the effects can be besides saying that the effects won't be good. So, and then that doesn't even get into the actual energy consumption of something like data centers or any of that. But yeah, I got to head on out here. So I just covered kind of the mining stuff.
All right. Well, thanks, Jones. And we'll see you tomorrow. And
Yes.
we'll be live with Matt Orfala tomorrow. So make sure you're here for that. And I'm going to go into the hyperscale data centers and stuff like that. Jones,
Big up Corey.
Go do what you gonna do, and we love you. Take care.
Love ya.
So yeah, let's see. Before I do that, I'm gonna read off. We got a super. Yeah, we did. Hunter, much love right back to you. I'm glad you're here. Would like it at some point if you would come on the show and tell us about your event. Maybe we could do that Sunday. I don't know. Hit me up on Twitter or shoot me a text or whatever, and we'll figure it out. Rim, thank you very much. I think the future effects of humans on the ocean floor and the greater ocean environments is equivalent of the desertification and pollution of virtually every dominant culture throughout human history. Yeah, that's fair. Not to mention that every seafaring culture has used the ocean as its dumping ground. And we've currently still got Fukushima shit in it. We've got a, floating garbage island that I did hear wasn't like as legit as all of the reporting on it was. That might be something I look into in all of my downtime. But thank you for the super Ray. Totally appreciate it. Not gonna do the voice. That's not what we do. Well, it's not what I do. Josh and Glory do that, and I'm sorry that neither of them are here for that. Once again, guys, we do have a GoFundMe. We doing the show full time. The only way we get to do it and also eat and be able to keep a roof over our heads is through you guys. There's a couple of different ways that you can support the show for the time being until we can get our Rockfin subscriptions up, and I'm meeting with some people who run a merch company tomorrow. So hopefully next week, first of the month by the latest, we'll have the Slow News Day merch store up and running. Lots of really cool things that we're talking about doing, including and definitely not limited to mushroom grow kits, unvaxxed sperm, unvaxxed titty milk. We're going all in. We are. It's a brand new world. It really is. And if new normal is going to prevent or provide us with new opportunities, well, we here at Slow News Day are all for that. We're all about that kind of shit. New horizons, for sure. And so, unvaxxed sperm repository and unvaxxed titty milk repository, I think we could probably quarter that market pretty quick. We probably could. I believe in us. I hope you do too. At least one of the things that I just said there is probably true. Anywho, I'm gonna drop the link, and I'm sorry that I have to do this, guys. I really am, but I'm gonna drop the link to the GoFundMe in the YouTube and Rockfin chats one more time, and we're about a third of the way where we need to be, and I fucking am just blown away by that already. I fucking love you guys. And so continuing on with what the real cost of the Internet of Things is, because I really, you never fucking see this. You never see people talk about it. Even the people that talk about like the need for a free and open internet very rarely go into what it takes to power it. And there has been a little bit of light shed on this in terms of cryptocurrency mining, but I don't fucking trust the people or the motivations behind why only crypto mining has become a point of contention where energy consumption is for its advocate, the people who talk about it, period. That isn't to say that there aren't people who are, not genuinely concerned about the energy consumption and what it takes to provide the raw materials necessary to power mining. There's an argument there, but there's a larger argument over the Internet of Things where it's concerned, because you heard the video, the very first thing they said, they led in with data has replaced oil as the commodity. So in terms of what it takes to harness and store that data, well, let's take a look at that. And for that, we turn to an article from last year, written by Corey Morningstar. This is up over at Wrong Kind of Green. Before I really get into the article, I will go ahead and drop the link to it in the chats. And Rockfin and YouTube. Guys, if you're not reading Corey Morningstar, I'm not even sure how you know about this show, to be perfectly honest with you. But she is fantastic. Please go check her work out if you're not already familiar with it. Corey Morningstar is just phenomenal. So, data centers, hyperscale tsunami of renewable energy consumption is underway. It has recently been discovered that data-intensive algorithms, such as at-scale machine learning training algorithms, are much more energy-intensive than was previously assumed. It's coming from the hyperconnected world, out of the IFTF.org. The International Data Corporation estimates that 152,000 new devices will be connecting to the internet every minute. New devices on top of the ones that already exist that are already being used. 152,000 new devices per minute by 2025. So will become completely unsustainable by 2040. Anders Andre, senior expert of energy efficiency, emission reduction, sustainability, and life cycle assessment, Huawei Technologies in Sweden. Disconnected from the natural world, Western academia, sciences et al. Continue to assign names to technology belonging to the very things lost or systematically destroyed. Walled garden, a closed ecosystem in which all of the operations are controlled by the ecosystem operator like Facebook and Google. Walled garden of things. Constraint, spiderweb of things, transformation, asteroid belt of things, collapse, island of things, growth, data center server farms, the internet and digital ecosystems, Apple, Amazon, the cloud, pollinators, the list is endless. That is pretty freaking interesting, by the way. And I've thought about that. There's, saw a bumper sticker when I was a kid that said something to the effect of like, "Welcome to the suburbs. This is where we cut down trees and name streets and shopping centers after the trees that we cut down." Behind the peaceful image of a white cumulus is a less poetic reality, that of data centers composed of thousands of servers that not only need plenty of energy to run, back up and store your files, but also air conditioning 24 hours a day. The social dilemma. the Center for Humane Technology, and society at large may speak of climate change, yet what is not addressed, in addition to militarism being a key driver of climate change, is the growing energy demand of information communications technology, ICT, which includes traditional data centers, server farms, network services, and hyperscale data centers. There's a growing alarm over the energy consumption and greenhouse gas emissions belonging to the exponential growth of the ICT industry. Of particular concern are the hyperscale data centers, which are owned and operated by corporations Microsoft, Google, and Apple. And the like. Hyperscale refers to the capability of an IT system or architecture to scale exponentially and rapidly to respond to demand that is increasingly heavy. There are now over 8 million data centers littering the planet, with 541 hyperscale data centers worldwide. At present, there are currently 176 more hyperscale data centers in development. In 2017, here we go. We just what that fucking video started with. Data superseded oil, becoming the world's most valuable commodity, often described as the cloud, successfully conjuring up a comforting perception that nothing exists beyond your device or laptop. Servers exist in real-world data centers. Information technology spending on data center systems worldwide in 2020 alone is estimated at $208 billion, almost $250 billion on data center systems alone. Technavio in January 15th, 2020, released a report stating hyperscalers have invested approximately $200 billion in capacity extension and opening of new data centers. For just a moment, contemplate the fact that those who promise an illusory stakeholder capitalism will spend billions to house data, while the subjugated and vulnerable remain homeless. Sheer magnitude and size of hyperscale data centers place enormous power demands upon global energy resources. Cisco estimates that by 2021, traffic within hyperscale data centers will have quadrupled, with hyperscale data centers accounting for approximately 55% of all data center traffic. At the local level, hyperscale data centers embody colossal electricity demand loads, adding pressure to electricity grids, which are often already operating under duress. This is especially true for smaller or impoverished countries. Ireland is forecasting that 30% of their entire national grid will be earmarked for data center power consumption by 2028. Are you fucking kidding me? A third of Ireland's power grid eaten up just by a data center alone. Well, not alone, but data centers. One only needs to reflect upon the sheer enormity of these facilities proliferating the globe to recognize the dire ecological impacts and consequences that lie ahead upon an already plundered and decimated landscape and biosphere. Nice little clear-cut area right there. That's fucking ugly. This is for Facebook's 970,000 square foot data center. Hooray. Let's see. Let's jump down here a little bit. Global power demand is 4.16.2 what terawatt? Jesus Christ. This is just not in any way, shape, or form sustainable. And I know that this is a quote that I also read, but I mean, if you just take a glance at this shit, we cannot continue to tear up the planet, the ocean floor, just so we can store more of your and my private information so that it can be sold 1 billion times over to any company who's trying to target market us or target us for our opinions. there's gotta be a breaking point. You know, I mean, there really does. I had a fantastic chat with Kevin from Black Bear News the other day, and I'd like to have him on. Try to go through the chat. Thank you, Hunter. Sorry, I'm just gotta look it through here a little bit. I think that's about all we have in terms of what we had for the show today. I mean, there's a handful of things that we can kind of, it's basically just going over it again, in terms of what the Internet of Things is and does. We haven't really gone into the surveillance aspects outside of, look, man, if you have sensors attached to every piece of electronics on the fucking planet, no matter what it is or what it does. Saw somebody in the YouTube chat when I was dropping a link ask about smart toilets. Yeah, there are smart toilets. Japan has a toilet that like reads your poo and determines what, you know, what's missing from your diet. Like, if we're putting sensors and connecting to Wi-Fi and connecting to the cloud, you know, the sensors on everything, and everything is being monitored, and everything is being recorded, everything's being tracked. It's not just for marketing, but absolutely 100% for law enforcement. And we already have pre-crime. We already still have Daniel Baker in jail without bail. We've got a handful of other people whose names I don't remember right now and should probably know, who've been arrested on pre-crime charges. All of this, plus the cost in resource extraction alone, damage to the planet alone, makes it 100% not worth it. That isn't a convenience at that point. That's a trade. And what you're trading is your autonomy, your thoughts, your private thoughts, for the ability for your blender to diagnose, I don't know, the vitamin C content of your conspiracy smoothie. Guys, I think that's going to do it for the show right now. We've been going almost an hour and a half anyway. I like to keep these 90 minutes or less when we don't have a guest on. Please do join us tomorrow. Matt Orfala is going to be on the show. That'll be great. Friday, get your shit together. The internet's premier call-in show. Just got a fantastic graphic from Steve Cutler as a promo graphic for the show, which I will pull up here real quick because I fucking love these, dude. Thank you so much. Do not forget, guys, we are having our very, very first Slow News Day contest. We're looking for an intro video. I dig the like, I get the kind of Art Deco-y era lettering on that, man. I really do. And then the lowercase old English or whatever the fuck that it kind of is. Wonderful work, dude. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And totally forget what the fuck I was saying. Yeah. GoFundMe's out there. Please hit it up. If you can. If you can't, please share the link. The link is in the description of the Rockfin video. At least I'll make sure it gets added to the restream thingy. Saturday. We don't usually do a show on Saturday, but because of the way the scheduling worked, Jones and I are going to sit down, and I think Allie's going to be able to make that one too. Not 100%, but think so. We're going to sit down with Tessalina. Tessa Fights Robots. She, hell of a writer. Got some incredible things to say. Has a Substack. You should be checking it out. Also a performance artist, and had under the name Tessa Makes Love, I believe. Pretty sure. That's gonna be fucking awesome. Make sure you're there for that. I know that there's gonna be an ABB or two between now and then. Sunday, Savvy Sabs from the Fred Hampton Leftists will be with us. That's gonna be a whole lot of fun. Looking forward to that. Tonight, late night, 10:30 on the West Coast, 1:30 in the AM on the East Coast. I will be back on Aftermath FM with Jimmy Jean on Into the Microcosm. There's a chance I'll be in the studio for that. Thinking about it. Hella late to drive out of Scotts Valley, but you know, we'll see. If you're around and you're up that late, dude, please check it out. It's a whole lot of fun. That show's always crazy. It's What the Fuck Wednesday. Never know exactly what we're gonna be talking about. So what the fuck? Give it a shot. Love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being a part of this. I will see you very soon, and we'll definitely see you tomorrow. Good luck to us all.